Picture this. Two people start the same week in Germany. One lands a stable job with paid vacation, strong sick leave, and a boss who can't just fire them on a whim. Within months, their life feels calmer. Rent is manageable. Plans feel possible. They stop living in panic mode. The other person applies to 50 jobs, hears nothing for weeks, finally gets an interview, and then gets told they're not the perfect fit. They look at their pay stub, see how much gets deducted, and wonder, how is this fair? Why is everything so slow? Why does it feel like the system protects everyone except me? And then there's a third person, the employer, staring at a stack of paperwork, thinking, hiring someone feels like a lifetime commitment. One mistake and you're stuck. Same country, same system, totally different experience. That's the strange truth about Germany's work system. Depending on who you are, it can feel like the most fair system in the world, or the most unfair. So today, we're breaking it down in a way you can actually feel. Who benefits, who struggles, and why Germany built it this way in the first place. And by the end, you'll know exactly where you fit in, and how to win inside the system without fighting it. Let's start with the word everyone uses: unfair. When people say Germany's work system feels unfair, they usually mean one of three things. First, unfair to workers. They hear about high taxes, strict rules, and slow career growth in some workplaces. They think, I work hard, why can't I just move faster? Second, unfair to employers. They hear it's difficult to fire someone, difficult to change contracts, and expensive to hire the wrong person. They think, I'm taking all the risk. Third, unfair to newcomers. If you're new to Germany, the system can feel like a maze: language requirements, credential recognition, and a culture that expects you to already know how everything works. And here's the key idea: Germany doesn't build its work system around speed. It builds around stability. Germany is trying to protect society from sudden shocks, job loss, medical emergencies, unstable income, and the chaos that comes when millions of people feel like one bad month can ruin their life. That stability has a real upside, but it also creates friction. And that friction is what people experience as unfair. Now let's walk through this system through different lives, because once you see it that way, everything makes sense. If you're a long-term employee in Germany, the system can feel incredibly protective. In many jobs, there are strong rules around notice periods, dismissal, and worker protections. There's a feeling that your job isn't supposed to disappear overnight just because a manager woke up in a bad mood or the company wants to restructure in a hurry. And then there's the lifestyle side. Paid vacation is normal. Taking time off isn't treated like you're lazy. Sick leave isn't an ego contest where you prove how tough you are by showing up sick. In a lot of workplaces, the default assumption is, you are a human being first, a worker second. So for someone who's built a stable career path, Germany's system feels fair, because it reduces fear. You can plan, you can breathe, you can live, but here's where the depending on who you are part kicks in. If you're young, entry-level, or trying to break into a better job, the system can feel locked. Not because Germans don't want you to succeed, but because stable systems tend to reward insiders. Companies often hire carefully because hiring is a commitment. That means they may prefer candidates who look safe, local experience, recognized credentials, strong German language skills, and a work history that fits neatly into what they expect. If you're a young worker with potential, you might feel like the door is guarded by invisible rules. You may hear things like, we need someone with experience, but you need the job to get the experience. Or you might have the skills, but your resume doesn't fit the local format. Or you might be capable, but you don't have the networks. In a faster system, you might get more chances quickly. In a stable system, you might wait longer for the chance. That's where some people start thinking, this system is unfair. It protects the people who already made it. Now let's talk about high performers. If you're the kind of person who loves to sprint, work hard, stand out, get promoted fast, Germany can feel like you're running into a ceiling. Not always and not everywhere, but in many traditional workplaces, there can be more structure, clear job levels, salary bands, defined roles, and slower promotion timelines. In some places, seniority matters. In some places, credentials matter more than charisma. In some places, the hierarchy is simply slower. So if you're a top performer, you might look around and think, why do I feel like I'm moving at the same speed as everyone else? And that's the trade-off of equality and predictability. Germany's system tries to prevent extremes, both extreme exploitation and extreme instability. But the side effect can be that exceptional speed is harder to unlock in traditional environments. Now, what if you're a freelancer or contractor? Germany can feel like freedom with hidden pressure. On one hand, freelancers can enjoy independence. You pick clients, set schedules, build your own thing. Germany has a big economy and plenty of industries that use contractors. On the other hand, the system becomes very paperwork heavy. You're responsible for taxes, insurance, and compliance. You may discover that being independent means you're also the accountant, the HR department, and the legal team, at least in daily life. And if you don't understand the system yet, the stress isn't just financial. It's administrative, so freelancers often experience Germany as unfair in a different way. It's not that the system blocks them, it's that the system demands constant organization. Now let's get to the group that feels the contrast the hardest: immigrants and newcomers. If you arrive in Germany, especially from a country where things move faster, the system can feel like it's working against you. Not because the people are hostile, but because the rules are built for people who already grew up with them. You might need your qualifications recognized. You might need proof of experience in a specific format. You might discover that the job you did for years is not treated as equivalent until you go through a process. Language is another huge factor. Even in international companies, German can matter for internal communication, meetings, and career progression. And outside big cities and big corporations, German can feel like the key that unlocks everything. So if you're new, you might work twice as hard to get half as far, at least at the beginning. And that's why Germany can feel unfair to newcomers. The system is stable, but it's also rigid. It assumes a shared understanding that you might not have yet. Now let's flip the camera to the employer, especially a small business or a startup. For them, Germany can feel like hiring is risky. When rules protect workers strongly, employers become more cautious, because the cost of a wrong hire is higher. That doesn't mean firing is impossible, but the process can be slower, more structured, and more formal than in countries where employment is more at will. So a small company might hesitate. They might hire fewer people. They might extend probation carefully. They might rely on temporary contracts. They might require more interviews than you'd expect. That's why job searches can feel slow. And this is where the cycle forms. Workers want opportunities. Employers want certainty. The rules protect workers, which increases employer caution, which reduces quick opportunities, which frustrates workers, especially newcomers. The system is trying to balance two risks: the risk of people losing stability and the risk of businesses losing flexibility. And no matter what, someone will feel it's unfair. Now here's the part that surprises people. Even customers feel the side effects. Because when workers have more protections, they also have more power to demand better conditions. That can mean strikes. It can mean services that shut down for a day. It can mean businesses that close earlier than you'd expect. It can mean slower delivery compared to countries that run on constant hustle. If you come from a culture where the customer is always right, Germany can feel frustrating. But if you come from a culture where workers are expected to sacrifice their lives for a paycheck, Germany can feel like a healthier boundary. So again, depending on who you are, the same thing feels either fair or unfair. Now the big question: why does Germany accept these trade-offs? Because Germany is buying something with this system. It's buying stability. When a society reduces the fear of sudden collapse, people make different choices. They plan families differently. They take fewer desperate jobs. They're more likely to get medical care early. They can think long-term, and long-term thinking creates a more predictable society. But stability isn't free. The price is complexity. The price is slower decisions. The price is higher contributions through taxes and social insurance. And the price is frustration for people who want speed, flexibility, and quick reward. That's the deal Germany made. So the system feels unfair when your personality or situation doesn't match what the system optimizes for. Now let's do something practical. I want you to quickly figure out which side of Germany's system you're on. Ask yourself 5 questions. 1. Do you value stability more than speed? 2. Are you trying to climb fast or build steady? 3. Do you like clear rules or do you prefer freedom and improvisation? 4. Do you have strong German language skills and local familiarity, or are you still learning the system? 5. Are you taking the risk, like a new worker, a newcomer, a startup, or are you already established? Your answers tell you whether Germany will feel like protection or like friction. Now, how do you win in this system without constantly feeling like it's unfair? If you're an employee or job seeker, The first move is to learn how the system thinks. Germany rewards clarity, clear qualifications, clear documents, clear timelines, clear expectations. Make your resume fit local standards. Learn what employers expect. Build credibility step by step. And if you're new, focus on the things that unlock trust. Language improvement, local references, and proof that you understand the work culture. If you're a high performer who wants to move faster, target environments where speed is valued, international companies, high-growth startups, and industries that reward measurable results. And if you're an employer, the best strategy isn't fighting the system. It's designing within it. Hire carefully, use probation periods wisely, invest in onboarding, make expectations clear early so you don't end up in conflict later. In Germany, the system favors planning over improvisation. And once you accept that, it becomes less frustrating. Because the most important takeaway is this: Germany's work system isn't designed to feel fair to every individual in every moment. It's designed to create a society where fewer people fall through the cracks. That means some people feel protected, some people feel slowed down, some people feel blocked at the beginning, some people feel safe once they're in. And once you see that, you stop asking, "Is Germany fair?" And you start asking the better question: fair for who? So here's my question to you. Which group are you? Are you the established worker who loves the stability? The newcomer who feels locked out? The high performer who feels stuck behind slow rules? The freelancer who feels buried under paperwork? Or the employer who feels hiring is risky? Tell me in the comments which one you are, and what part feels unfair to you. And if you want the next video, I can go even deeper and compare Germany's job security system to the American opportunity system, and explain why each one creates a totally different kind of stress. If that sounds interesting, like this video, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.